Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to finally start working on the bug. I have taken off all week, well, Monday through Thursday. I have to work on Friday, but I've got 4 days out of the week to try and get some stuff done. I've got the bug out. The dolly and the big wheels work really good. It rolled out extremely easy. I've got the sandblaster out. I also bought the parts that I need for the sandblasting cabinet. And I am waiting for some parts to deliver today. The quarter panel there from Classic Fab. I also ordered the inner and outer dog legs for the bus. I've got some other metal for the bug, so I am going to try to knock out as much of the metal work as I can this week. I would like to have this finished up by the end of the year. That is going to be a huge project, but I hope that I can do that goal. So the main things are to finish the little bit of welding, the quarter panel. There's one section there for the wheel well. That spot there, that also connects to the hood spring location. I did cut the other piece off of the yellow bug already. If I can find what I did with it. I had this relatively clean until earlier this morning. So here's the piece here. I need to stick it in the sandblast cabinet and get it sanded. There's a hole there. I'm hoping that I can repair, because I definitely do not have another one of these, and I don't want to try and fabricate one of these. I need to get that strip of metal there from where it overlapped and went to another body piece. I need to get the seam sealer off, get that grommet out. So just need to clean it up all together, assess it, and then trim it to fit into the spot on the bug. Something like that. Trim it. I mean, I don't need all of that extra there, so cut that down. And then I need to assess this side. I see rust starting to bubble up in between the seam there. I don't think it's gone all the way through, so this side should be okay. The sandblaster, I'm going to try and sandblast all of this, all of the inside, none of the outer body panels. I don't want any warpage, but this stuff in here, it's okay. I still need to order the wheel well, or not the wheel well, but the spare tire well. I don't know the best place to get it. Classic Fab sadly does not make it, and all the other ones that I have seen are the black metal, or the black painted pieces, which most likely is Brazilian, and it's a pile of crap. I'm completely done buying anything that's painted in that black paint. Gray, it's okay, because most likely it is what is it, Just Campers maybe, or whatever that preservation is for the UK, or the green for the Classic Fab. But yeah, so let me set up the camera. I have not used the sandblaster yet. I don't know how that's going to work. Could be a huge flop. I don't know if it's going to take off that undercoating or not. I did find an easy way before of getting it off. That's just taking a hammer and kind of tapping it. Although sitting out in the sun, it's kind of gotten malleable, so that might not even work anymore. So I don't know. We'll try it. I see a little rust hole down there. So let's start blasting. Alright, so sandblaster actually works pretty good. Does not work very good for taking off the undercoating. I don't want to burn through all of the media that I have. So I don't know how I'm going to get that off. But yeah, it works really good. What's up, little crow? So let me think on this, because yeah, this stuff, I don't know, when it's really cold out it makes it really brittle and then it just breaks off. So let me regroup, figure out what I'm going to do. The sandblasting will be amazing on the inside. Definitely excited for that. And for getting on the inside of the engine compartment and everywhere that a sander or a piece of sandpaper will not fit very well. So I will bring you back. Parts came in. The shipping label out of the way. Alright, shipping labels out. Using the wife's beater as a workbench this morning. Oh yeah. Look at those beautiful panels. Really hard to work one-handed. There's passenger side. Driver side. It says for years 68 and 70, but I'm going to assume 71 as well. Let's hope I'm right, because 72, that's when I go to the actual step. Like that, and my bus does not have that, or at least this is my bus too, but this bus has the more shallow section for the floor. So yeah, that is the correct ones. That is freaking sweet. Bus, not gonna work on that yet. I'm still saving up for a couple more parts. I want to do like I'm doing with the Bug. I want to finish the Bug, get that done, get it out of the way, give myself more room in the garage. I'm maxed out for space. I've got this Bug, 71 bus, the 75 bus, and then the 3 Porsches, 2.5 Porsches up there. So I want to start knocking some stuff out. And while I have the money to do it, I figured I would go ahead and buy what I needed for the Bug. This piece, 1,000,000 times better. Million times better than that piece of junk that I had and I was going to try and use. Yeah, look at this. Look at those. Let's get a good spot in the sun. That horrible, look at the bend. It's garbage. Centuro. Don't buy that. Let's do a comparison. Look how much better quality. This was 70 bucks. Yeah, a little pricey for that type of piece, but look at the quality compared to that. So much better. The bends are accurate. This will be a whole lot easier on me. Maybe once I get better at metal work, I can start using the cheap Brazilian garbage. But for now, if any parts that I can get are classic fab, that will be what I get. That is going to be amazing. So, I guess what I need to do, get the wire wheel, try to knock off as much, just try to clean up that area as much as I can. So yeah, let's do that. Kind of jumping around. I have really no game plan. I think now that I have that piece, I'm going to focus on doing this quarter first, and then I will do the sandblasting up front and everywhere else that it needs it. Assess that rust if any shows up. I'm going to assume along here like that. Looks like it's already starting, so I'm going to assume there's going to be more. Hopefully nothing too serious. I'll leave the door open, but let me get the wire wheel set up and we'll try to knock that out. Alright, let's take a pause for a second because I feel like I'm being shot with birdshot. Much better. Yeah, can y'all see? There we go. Ooh, it ain't feeling good. Oh, watch out now. Oh, please don't break. Ah, you bitch. See how many more we can snap. That one actually feels pretty good. Yeah, that wasn't bad actually. Not hold my breath for this one. Especially with the rust that's in the sheet metal there. You see? Yeah. Well, go figure, that one is just gonna screw everything up. Oh well. Alright, back to the crazy grinder. Knew it was gonna happen. Didn't know it was gonna be that bad. That got a lot bigger. Alright, so got some pinholes that popped up. Not really pinholes, way bigger than pinholes. It's not as bad as I thought that it was going to be. I don't know. I think it'll be fine. There's still plenty of metal connecting. Alright, so here's the new piece. It goes way up. I honestly don't need that much. There's no need to cut away that much when I only shoot. Let's put you back on wide view. Alright, so yeah, this piece is pretty big. I don't need all of that. I don't see any need of cutting all of that when I only need this little bit here. So what I might do is measure. I would like to yeah, so this hole is not on the new piece, so I'll probably have to make that. Actually, the fender piece is right here. But so yeah, I think I'll just measure how much I need, cut that much, and go from there. Got a new tool, actually. It's a pretty sweet little cutter. Pretty powerful. Does what I need it to. I did actually get a couple other cool tools recently. One that I'll show you later when I'm working on that front piece. So yeah, I guess sadly I'll have to cut this beautiful piece here, but I don't need all of that. I'll probably cut it about right here, right below this little curve. Go straight across, measure on that, do the same thing. So I'm gonna say 3.5. Yeah, 3.5 would be good. It'll be just above this. Joe, I know you told me not to use the marker. I know you're probably screaming at your computer screen right now. But this is just a reference. I'll use the other piece to make the actual cut. So that's done. I'll stick some super glue behind that and we'll call that good. We can move on to the next spot. But now, I love this metal. Classic Fab, they use some really nice thick metal. The parts are more expensive, but in the long run, it will be 1,000 times better than trying to use that cheap Brazilian crap. So I am not using this. Can you even see what I'm looking at? So I'm not using any of this here, so I'll just make a straight line and cut that. But I need to Alright, so I don't need any of that I know of. I don't even know how to get that out. Do you know how to get that out? Let's pry on it. Ah, I see. There's little things that fold over. Yeah, so I don't think, I mean, there's a little bit. I don't know. That little bit turned into a lot. All through there, man. So might as well find it now, right? So all that's good. Oh, hello. Okay. Well, yeah, so I'm still not going to use this strip here. So this strip goes on this back side, so still don't need that. I wish I could get this out of the way for just a second. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll just cut this off flush, and then I'll have that there. Before I can do this quarter panel, I am going to have to patch this, so that kind of sucks. So probably what I'll do, I'm going to get this out of the way, and then this blob here is part of this. So I'll grind that away, grind this away. I'll go ahead and mark where this is going to go after I cut this. Let me cut that really quick. Alright. Well, what I'm gonna have to do is cut away more and repair this inside before I can do anything. My heater channels are shot. Absolutely shot. That sucks. Can you see? There we go. Yeah. Gone. Luckily, all I gotta do is make a little bit of a bend. Right angle, pretty much, for the most part. It's way more damage than I thought it was gonna be. That really sucks. I was really hoping slap this piece on, move along to the next, but it looks like we're gonna spend a little bit more time on this spot than I was planning on. So, I'm gonna continue chipping away at this. When I get that done, I'll bring you back. That way I'm not using up camera space on just grinding. Alright, so back real quick. I cut a little bit more away. I've got my do not cut above line there. There is way more rust in here than I thought. So what I'm gonna have to do is cut this lip away and probably make a piece like that L shape that will connect to this, come across, and then come down and make another L to connect there. There's a hole here, and it's punky. This probably should have heater channels on it. I'm not doing heater channels in this. If it were a more desirable car, I probably would, but it's a 72. It's not anything special. So I can probably stick a patch over that. Hopefully all along in here it's better because there's not much rust as far as like on top. A couple pinholes every once in a while there, but for the most part the damage was back here. That's why this is so bad. So I'll stick a little patch on that. Hopefully it won't be too bad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this back a little bit more just to make it to where I can see down in there better. I can already see daylight right there, so that means the other side is damaged. Hopefully the underside is not. Honestly, it seems okay, except for that. But there's already a hole there, so I'm thinking that's probably why. So more repair to do. Hey guys, back again for the second day. Yesterday went so incredibly fast. I've never had a day go by so fast before. It's crazy. I got quite a bit cut away. Put Ospo. Actually, I put Rust on there first, and then I went back and sprayed Ospo really good down in the pinholes there. After I hit it with the wire wheel, it kind of turned into Swiss cheese right here. There's one hole in the heater box there. Luckily there's no heater box back here. I'd never seen the inside of these before, so I did not know that the heater box didn't go all the way back. So that's good. I'm fairly certain that the heater boxes, or not heater boxes, heater channel, sorry about that. The heater channel does not go all the way back. Which makes sense because it makes that bend there and then connects to the inside part. So I'm fairly certain that at least the pipe for the heater channel on the inside of the square section there should be okay. The majority of the rust was back here. Yes, there is some down through there, but I think I am okay. If not, it's gonna have to be okay. I'm not doing heater channels in this car. It's not going to be a complete showroom restoration. I just want to try to cut down on the most rust that I can. It's not perfect. It's also not a very desirable year. It's a 72. Actually, the body is a 73. So it's not like it's some rare car that needs to be done 100% correct. And I am not a fabricator by any means, so it's going to be as good as I can get it. Let's see. So I guess next step, there's a piece, a little bit left there. It is supposed to come out and then come down, and it connects to this wall. You can kind of see how this was bent over and it went to it. So I am not going to worry about that rust back there because I can hit that from the inside and repair and fix all of that. So main focus is right here. Back in here, it is pretty bad. I don't even know what to do about that. I can't get in there. I don't want to cut away too much back here. I mean, it looks perfectly fine. It's just the inside. There's like another layer in there. So I'm not going to mess with it. I'll spray some rust treatment down in there. Yeah, it's probably not the right way to do it, but I don't have the correct way to do it. I mean, I could cut this whole piece out, but I don't have a spare piece to put in. I don't know if they make just this section. I'm going to assume it's probably the whole heater channel, and those are really expensive. So at some point in the future, this may get heater channels, but for now, it is not. So I guess I need to get some metal, take some measurements, bend it up, get that welded in, and then I will come through with the new piece. And it will go on like that. I am so incredibly happy with the fitment of these classic fab pieces. They are just so nice. Definitely have to give props to them for that. They definitely took the time to get the correct bends. Even the part for the door jamb is pretty much an exact matchup. I don't know if this down here is correct. I feel like the other piece came down pretty much the same length there, so I don't know what that's about, but it is all good. Actually needs to go up just a little bit, but yep. So as far as all of this goes, I'm probably going to snip it down here and just make it fit back there as best as possible. I left a little bit of a lip here for myself to weld to. But for the most part, all of this out here is pretty solid. I'm going to end up hitting this whole wheel well with the wire wheel, mainly because some pinholes popped up as I was doing that. So definitely want to hit all of it just to make sure that I seal up any pinholes that I find. And that wire wheel was making pretty quick work of that undercoating. Still don't know if that's the easiest way to go about it. And you can see right here, back when it was cold, I was able to take a hammer and just tap on it and it would just break off. But I don't think that's gonna work today. Yeah. See how it just breaks off? Kinda hit it with the corner. And you're not hitting it so hard where you're gonna dent the metal in. Takes forever compared to that wire wheel. Over here it was just kind of melting it, so that kind of stinks. Maybe on the thicker stuff, it just doesn't want to come off there. Makes it really nice when it just breaks off like that. But I don't think I'm gonna be that lucky for all of it. The sandblaster was nice. It was taking it off, but the amount of media that I would go through just for this section here would be a lot. So definitely not gonna use that. The sandblaster did work fairly well actually, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm going to hit the entire interior with it, as well as the trunk area and the engine compartment back here, so that way everything can be blasted and nice and clean when it is time for paint. But enough rambling. Let me get to bending some metal. Once I've got this piece made up, I'll come back and set you up for me to weld it in. Alright, so I've got this mocked up, got the inner piece welded. I was not going to attempt to even try to record that. It was so cramped in there, I had a hell of a time welding it. It's not pretty, but it's in there. So this is mocked up. It's just kind of sitting in place. I'm going to hit this side first, get that tacked in really nice, let it just fall. So you're not going to be able to see this piece, but I'm going to come over here and put a couple tacks to hold this. And then I will come through and make sure that this is flat and get all of this in place. Then I'll do my spot welds along the bottom. So let's see how bad this goes. All right, take 200. Whenever my garage door is up, the welding mask does not like it, and then I can't see. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. I've got to go back still. There's a bunch of pinholes that I've got to go back and fill in, as well as down here. And then I've got to figure out this mess. I don't know. I'll probably just carve a rectangle out and put another piece of metal in. Hopefully these I can just patch up. that's a little big, I don't know, but yeah, I can deal with that in a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll go back. Oh, can you see? I'll go back, fill these in real quick. I'm actually really happy with that lining up. I was a little worried. When I first had it on to measure it up, I didn't have the door shut, and the body drops a lot. When I open the door, it sinks down. So I don't know. I mean, I thought that was an indication of bad heater channels, but mine aren't that rotted, so who knows. So I had this down more to match up with the door, and in doing that I cut off too much, so I've got to make a little patch there. It's also some pinholes along there to fill in, and then that monstrosity over there. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but for the most part I am happy with that. Lines up nicely. Bit of a gap here, but it runs all the way up, so I'm going to assume that there's supposed to be that much of a gap. Also, it's not flush this way, but I didn't really worry about that because once I get new seals for the door, I'm sure that's gonna pop it out a little bit more. Same with the body going up. Sadly, there's a dent there and there that I need to try to pop out. I don't know yet if I'm using these doors or if I'm gonna use the ones off of the 72 body. I don't know yet. I would like to use the 72 doors because of the little bit of, actually, let's see if I can do this to where you can see. Watch the drop. Here, let's watch the body line. See how much that drops? So I'm not quite sure why it's sagging that much. But what I was saying, I don't know if I want to use these or the 72 doors, because these armrests screw into the door, and on the 72 the armrest is made onto the door panel, and it just kind of slides into a clip. So I don't know yet. These are in actually a lot better shape, minus the dent here. It looks like a dent there. So I might just pop that out. I'm not sure. There's a bit of damage here. But I think as far as the bottom, they're a lot more solid than the others. So undecided at the moment, or if I can possibly undecided at the moment, or if I can possibly find better 72 doors, then I might go that route as well. But for now, these will be staying on. So I don't have much memory space left. I need to take it in the house and get some of these videos off. But I'm also not going to sit and record all the welding, grinding, and such. So I will bring you back when I am moving on to the next spot. I don't know what that will be yet. I really need to get the... I might back it out into the driveway. Yeah, I might back it out into the driveway and hit the inside of the channels and along in here with the sandblaster, just to see if any more rust pops up. I may do the underside of the heater channels as well. I might just use the wire wheel for that. I'm not sure yet. I have one bag of sand and it's not going to go very far. So yeah, we'll figure that out when I get to that spot, but for now, let me finish this up. Also, we hit 400 subscribers. That's pretty cool. Really happy with that. I haven't uploaded, this will be second or third week that I haven't uploaded a video. I put up a couple reels of the Porsche 944s that I picked up. I haven't done much with those either. I did stick a battery on the white car, and I was able to find out that there's an alarm that will not turn off. Really annoying, so I unhooked the horn. I tried bumping the key a little bit, but it felt like the engine was locked up. So I took a breaker bar, put it on the crank bolt, and it did turn over. It was like butter. So stuck my battery on charge and went out, tried it the next day, and it took like 2 bumps with the key and then it turned over. So I don't know if the starter was locked up or if my battery was just too dead. Could have been a combination of both. So it is turning over. Sadly, there is no spark. So I know nothing about those cars. I did do some research. Turns out that there's 2 different sensors that can go bad and will cause the no spark issue. So I don't know. I might take a hot wire from the battery, stick it onto the coil, see if that works. I don't know if that, I mean, it should, but I'm not sure. Also, it could be the alarm possibly killing the ignition. So I don't know yet. I did have a buddy send me a little wiring diagram that I can do to bypass the alarm. And then, yeah, so I'll bypass the alarm and then I'll see what happens, see if I get spark. The red car, I don't know what the issue is on that one. As soon as I turn the key, it kills all power. So I have to go to, there's a cutoff switch on for the battery, I guess because it was a race car, I don't know. But there was a cutoff switch whenever I turn the key, kills power. But the only way to get power back is if I go and cut the switch off and turn it back on, and then power will come back. I have lights, I have everything, not everything, but some stuff, until I turn the key again, and then it kills power again. So I don't know if it's a bad ground or if something's shorting out. I did see some wiring damage on the engine bay from mice, so I'm gonna assume something's shorting out and it's just killing everything. So but yeah, enough on those. I don't know if I will be doing videos on those or not. The main focus now is this. I would like to get the bug finished. Goal is end of the year. I think I said that in the video yesterday, I'm not sure. Days are running together. Time is actually flying by. If I was at work, it drags so slow, but because I've been off for the last 2 days, it has just gone incredibly fast. I've still got Wednesday and Thursday, so hopefully I can knock some more stuff out. So let me stop talking and get some more stuff done, so that way I'm not wasting my time. Knock this out, I'll bring you back. Alright, well, the one downside to this classic fab piece is it did not quite mimic that, the body line right there. So I figured put a patch here, put a patch there, and make that body line myself. If anything, it's gonna be behind the fender and you won't see it anyways, so not that big of a deal. But let me knock these back. I will bring you back when I put in this last little patch, and then get it all grinded down. Also, side note, the classic fab piece did not have the fender mounting hole there. It had a little like semicircle, but I don't think that that was meant to be the hole for the bolt or whatever. So that will have to be put in later after I get the fender mounted up, and then I can go and like a mark with a marker or something where that hole should be, and then I'll try to find some of the little things to go in there. Well, back for the third day. Woke up this morning, I could barely talk. I don't know if it's allergies already or sinus, or I'm not sure, but it's killing me. So I patched up a little bit more off camera. I still need to do some grinding there. Filled in that hole and that hole. For the most part, this repair came out pretty good. It's not going to need any Bondo. Yeah, it definitely will need Bondo. It's not horrible, but you can definitely tell that I am not a professional. So I have moved on to this. I've been using my new tool. Little cutter. Like a little mini Sawzall. It works awesome. So, cut this piece out. I'll make a little patch to go in there. I'll probably do the same for most of these holes if they cannot be just patched. Like that pinhole, I'm sure I can patch it if it doesn't blow out while I'm trying to do that. This one will be a little bit tricky because of the mount hole for the running boards. Hopefully I can just patch below it or something, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm probably not going to record this because yet again it is the same cutting, grinding, welding, more cutting, grinding, welding. So I will bring you back when I am done with this repair. Also, from what I can see, the heater channel looks pretty good. All the white is from where I sprayed Ospo into the holes. But I'd say that's pretty good. So I can live with that. I think the heater channels will be perfectly fine. The bottom looks good. So I'm going to assume all down through there is perfectly fine as well. Hopefully the other side is the same. So quick little tip. If any of you have this Makita finger sander and you buy the really shitty Chinese belts off of Amazon and they break within like 5 seconds, then I found out that if you have one of these sanders with the big discs, or belts rather, it turns out that they are the same length as the belts that you need, and they're much better quality. They don't fly apart in 2 seconds. So you take, flatten it out. Let's see if I can do this. Flatten it out, take a broken belt, put it on there. Does not have to be completely or right on, spot on, exact. Just take a really sharp razor blade. Now you have a replacement. Boom. Works just as well. Works way better and lasts way longer than the Chinese belts from Amazon. So quick little tip. Hey guys, it is the fourth and final day. I feel like I have been moving backwards. Time has gone so fast and I feel like I've been moving in slow motion. I feel like I haven't gotten really anything done. I did do that repair there. Came in, got some new metal here. I still need to fill in some pinholes and such. Need to come in, make a patch for this section. Already patched right here. Need to make a little patch for there. And same for here. I cut out this big chunk and put a new piece in. I had some spare metal, if I can find it. So I had some spare metal from the top hat from the bus that I got that guy to bend up for me. And it works out perfect to make repair sections for this. So I'm going to take, I'm probably going to cut all of this bad out. It's not horrible, but it's not great. So I'll probably take, and it won't be as tall as that. It'll probably come up to about there, but I'll probably put that whole piece in there and then come and do the same here and the same here and there. And I started stripping some paint away. Actually, this is not bad at all. A little bit of Swiss cheese here and a little pinhole there. But for the most part, that is not horrible. Some pinholes here. That's pretty damaged. But then you get up there, and that's the really bad part. The wire wheel seemed to do pretty good on taking off the undercoating. If you push really hard, it starts melting it like that, but if you just lightly hit it, it kind of breaks it off and flings it, and then it doesn't melt into the paint like this. So doesn't really matter if it does melt, it just takes a little bit longer. So I am going to finish up these repairs here. I'll bring you back. I still don't have a voice, really. I don't know what's going on. I guess it's that time of year. I was really hoping that I would have a lot more done for this video. I was hoping to have that rear quarter finished, and then possibly have started on that repair there. But it has fought me every step of the way. Something as simple as getting the door off fought me so bad. Those three broke free perfectly fine. These outer two broke free perfectly fine. The inside, had to do that. And while I was trying to do that, ran out of wire in the welder. Had to replace that. As soon as I replaced it, the wire snapped. Had to completely do it over again. And I couldn't get a good ground here, so I used a magnet, and it did not like that. I am new to welding. I don't know all the tricks, but it didn't like that at all. So, yep, it's been a battle. I have not gotten nearly as much done as I wanted, but we are making progress, so. All right, enough rambling. Let me get to work. I also have to make the patch for that section there. And I did get more sand for the sandblaster, and the last couple parts that I needed for the blasting cabinet came in. I'm doing the couple mods that you can do to the Harbor Freight sandblasters to make them better. Instead of having just a hopper with a pickup tube, you now have a basically a whole new way. It's a metering valve, basically. So won't be using this. It will have a tube that comes out here, goes to a regulator, and then the tube that goes up and through for the gun. So I think it'll be a whole lot better. Everybody says that it's a decent cabinet, but the gun and pickup tube setup sucks. unless you do that. So hopefully it'll work better for me. I've never used it. I've had it for about 2 years and built it, and then it sat in the corner in my basement for the longest time until I built the garage, and then it came out here and sat, and I haven't done anything with it. So all right, after I get that set up, I'll come back, sandblast that piece. I don't know if it'll be in this video or the next video. I've already started editing the first 2 days of footage, and I think we're already at like an hour or something. So it's gonna probably be a long video. Well, I got this piece welded in. The welds are not pretty, but they are pretty solid. When I was trying to just do a little small patch here, I just kept blowing away. Much easier to just put a whole new section of good metal, welding it onto good metal. That was still kind of punky down there, so didn't really work too well. But I'll knock this back, do the same thing for these couple sections here, and then move down to this spot. From what I could see, after taking all of this off, the heater channels look great. There's no damage that I can see, at least to the underside of the heater channels. They don't really go all the way down to this bottom. They kind of hang right above here. So if you are doing this repair, just be mindful of where you're cutting. I was low enough so it didn't really matter, but down here I definitely should have done this same thing. I actually did put a big patch in here, but it was still blowing out in sections. Gotta fix that still, and then I'll do the same here, but it's going pretty good. So I got that piece cut out, got it all cleaned up and prepped for the new piece. So I got the new piece made. I still need to trim it a little bit to make it fit in there better, but I wanted to show in here. It is not bad at all. I mean, yeah, there is rust, mostly surfaced. I just sprayed a bunch of Ospo in there. Let's see. See, there's the heater channel. If that is rotted out, that's what gives you no heat. But mine looks good, so that's a lot better than I was thinking. 2 more pinholes popped up as I was wire wheeling, but I'll try to just patch those. I might spray some of that rust preventative paint in there and then clean up the area again just to get it ready for weld. Well, it has been a good 4 days. I have knocked out quite a bit. Way less than I thought that I was going to get knocked out. Starting this repair, I thought it was going to be an easy slap this piece on, move on to the next spot. But a lot more rust popped up. I've still got a lot of work to do in this corner, pinholes. I want to get it all nice and smooth. Sadly, my Dremel died. I went and bought new brushes for it, but the brushes didn't seem to be the issue, so I don't know what's going on. It'll turn on for a second or two, and then it'll turn off, and then it kind of pulse as it turns on and off. So I don't know what's going on with it. I'll take it apart, see if I can figure it out. If not, then Prime Day is coming up in like 5 days. I'll just order a new one. But yeah, I mean, this corner turned out okay. There's still a rust hole there. I don't know how I'm gonna get to that because I don't want to take this up. I don't know. Maybe I can just stick a bead of weld in there or something. It is kind of rusty back there, so it would probably blow out. So unsure on what I'm gonna do on that yet, but I'll finish that up. For the most part, it turned out okay. Still got to clean up some welds here. I was just going to do this rectangle because I had already filled in this section here. The lip on the bottom there was barely anything left. So when I was cutting this out, after I ground the lip away here, this whole section popped away from the base. There was just nothing holding it on. So went ahead, put a new piece there. Got all this done. All nice new metal again. I started patching up that little hole. A couple pinholes left to go back and fix. And then I guess next time I can come out to the garage, I will repair those. Who knew that this one heater channel would take all week? Well, in a quarter panel, but for the most part took all week. And then that's not even including this side, which I know, yep, right in here is where the damage was poking through the other side. So I've still got quite a bit of rust to fix, but making good progress. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. I know this was probably a lot longer of a video than I wanted it to be, and it wasn't as much content as I wanted. It was mainly cutting, grinding, welding, which would have been the other things as well, but it was all on one repair, so that kind of stinks. Hopefully I can get back out here in the next couple nights and work on it at night and knock some more of this rust out. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. Thank you to all the new subscribers. We've hit 400 now. Still going pretty steady. I think I'd said earlier in the video I had not uploaded in about 2 weeks or so, maybe even 3, I don't know. But we're at 400, so thank you to all the new subscribers. If you have not subscribed, hit that button. It doesn't cost you anything and it helps the channel out greatly. Hit the bell so you get notifications when I upload. I am going to try to get back to uploading every week again. Mainly I hadn't done anything because I didn't have any parts. The parts that I do have I can't do until I repair other sections first. So now that I have the parts for the bug, some parts for the bus, I'm gonna go back to uploading weekly if I can. Also, there has been no comments on the giveaway announcement. Those videos did not get very many views at all. So in this video, if you are in the US and you are already a subscriber to my channel, then in the comments just say Super Clean. Super Clean's giving away a spray bottle of the original Super Clean, and then I think a aerosol can of Super Clean. So drop it in the comments. It doesn't cost you anything, and you could possibly win 2 cans of Super Clean. So that would be pretty cool. And yeah, I thank you, and I will see you in the next one.